Viggie's, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be talking about cheat meals, okay? And why I don't have cheat meals and I don't believe in them. Please ignore the mess in the background. I moved like 6 months ago and I still have stuff in boxes, but you know. Everyone warned me about this. I was literally the kind of person that was like, oh, as soon as I move in, I have all my stuff out of boxes in like 2 weeks. No way, I did not do that. But anyway, onto this video. On Instagram, I get this question all the time about whether I have cheat meals or how I plan my cheat meals in my week. Because on Instagram, I share my life, I share what I eat, and a lot of you guys see me going out to eat all the time, eating sweets, eating treats. And I love eating. I love yummy food. I love treating myself. So I felt like it was about time that I address this in an in-depth video. And while you're here, speaking of Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you don't follow me already. We can be besties. So you can follow my main Instagram account, which is more for like my lifestyle. I share what I eat during my day, how I work, the life of a YouTuber and an app owner and all that stuff. And then my fitness account is more for just like workouts and workout advice and like updates on your YouTube videos and stuff like that. So yeah, you can check both of those out. Okay, did you follow me? You follow me? You follow me? Okay, so now we can get into this video. Let me take a sip of my water. Let's begin. So let me start off by saying that when it comes to cheat meals, it requires you to categorize food as good or bad. And there is no such thing as an intrinsically bad or intrinsically good food or meal. Using this categorization where you label things as good or bad will only worsen your relationship with food and with fitness and with yourself. Labeling a certain plate as a cheat meal without having any context for how you eat on a regular basis is misleading because it's all about how you eat throughout your life, portion sizing, and just like so many other factors. Now, of course, there are foods that are more nutrient dense than others. So fruits, veggies, lean meats, whole grains, these are gonna have more nutrients per calorie than maybe less nutritionally dense foods. You know, snack food or fast foods, just chips, soda, cookies, whatever. But just because they're not as nutrient dense doesn't make them bad. We should be striving to get most of our calories from these nutrient dense foods, of course, but it is still okay to eat foods that are not as nutrient dense. The idea that you have to eat clean and then reward yourself at the end of the week with a cheat day or a cheat meal is just, first of all, not a fun way to live. It can actually trigger disordered eating and it's not really effective. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, that your goal is to lose weight. There are plenty of foods out there that are nutritionally dense and are considered healthy foods, avocados, olive oils, nuts, but if you eat too much of them, because they are a little bit higher in calories, they can easily put you in a caloric surplus and cause you to not lose weight or to gain weight. Now, these are not bad foods, but if you eat too many of them, they will keep you from reaching your fitness goals. So as you can see, it's not just about what individual foods you eat, it's how much of them you eat, how often you eat them, what your diet looks like as a whole, basically. The point is that it's a formula. It's calories in versus calories out. That's it. You want to lose weight, calories in have to be less than calories out, and calories are basically energy. Calorie is the measurement for energy in foods and how much energy you burn. So a lot of people think that healthy eating looks like this. And if this works for you, by all means, you can keep doing that. But for most people who attempt to do this, it ends up looking like this, okay? Where basically they restrict themselves the whole week, they enter their weekend or their cheat day or cheat meal feeling super restricted and frustrating, and then they end up binging because they kind of feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to have these goodies for a whole other week. I must eat it all now. This crazy binge fest just takes you back to square one, worsens your relationship with food, and like you're just miserable the whole time. Like, what's the point of that? So what do I do instead of having cheat meals? I eat like this. So basically, I just eat normally. I try to get 80% of my diet from nutritious food. So lots of fruits, lots of veggies, lots of lean meats, and I like 20% or sometimes even more. 20% is just goodies sprinkled here and there, okay? Food that's good for the soul. And this will also change from week to week depending on what's going on that week. If I have a party, if I have a dinner, or if it's like the holidays. So right now my goal is basically to tone up a little bit, so lose a little bit of fat while still keeping my muscles there. So I'm trying to basically be in a very small calorie deficit, but instead of limiting my calories, I'm just increasing the activity that I do because I love to eat. So for me, it's just easier to increase my workouts, add an extra workout during the week, or add some extra steppies, going on a walk, etc., to burn more calories than I consume. Because remember the formula, it's calories in versus calories out. What is super helpful for me is making smart swaps. So I swap out high calorie and not so nutritious items with things that are lower in calories and still give me that same satisfaction. So a good example would be the raspberry BCAs. This is like literally what I talk about all the time, but the raspberry BCAs, they're so sweet. They only have 16 calories per scoop. Whenever I'm craving a soda or a juice or a dessert or something sweet that would usually be like 150 to 200 calories, I have my raspberry BCAs instead. Like, I have a crazy sweet tooth, okay? I love sweets. And this raspberry sorbet takes my sweet tooth right out, and it's, you know, only 16 calories per scoop, and it's BCAs, which are good for your muscles. So this is one of my favorite smart swaps. Another smart swap, it's crazy. Like, there's really similar foods that have a big calorie difference. I'll give you an example. Ham and bologna. I used to think they were like the same thing, because bologna kind of looks and tastes like ham, but it is double the amount of calories per gram as a slice of ham. So like, let's say you're making breakfast. I don't know how many of you guys eat bologna, but I used to eat it as a kid. And if you just make that simple swap, you're saving half the amount of calories and still getting all the good stuff. Even more nutrients from ham than you would get from bologna, actually. This is just a very random example to show you how two very similar things can be very different in calories. And this is just a reminder for you to be mindful of that. Like, I love to look at calorie labels because I get curious. I want to see how much energy I'm about to put into my body, because sometimes the calories on things just don't make a lot of sense. So it's important to be mindful of this and still be able to enjoy all the foods you love in moderation. So by saving calories with these smart swaps, it gives me a lot more wiggle room to really enjoy the things I want to enjoy my treats, my ice cream, my donuts, my whatever I want to eat. The easiest way to eat healthy is to remember these 3 things. Number 1, fruits and veggies every day. I don't care how you get those fruits and veggies. I don't care if you make a salad, you have it on the side with your lunch, you have it for breakfast, you have it in a smoothie. I don't care. Just get your fruits and veggies in every day, okay? You're gonna get those nutrients in. These are super nutrient dense foods. They have high water content. It's just gonna make you feel so good and energized and amazing. Number 2, moderation and portion sizes are key. There is a major difference between having 1 or maybe 2 donuts, okay? Krispy Kreme donuts, that's where it's at. But there's a major difference between having 1 or 2 donuts to treat yourself and having a dozen. And using cheat meals or restricting yourself all week will only increase the likelihood that you will binge and have those dozen donuts at the end of the week, because you're just like, oh my God, I gotta get it in while I can. When you just relax and allow yourself to have the foods that you really love in moderation, you're not gonna feel that need to get as much of that food as you can in that short amount of cheat day time. And portion sizing is super important no matter what you're eating. I always eat until I'm 80% full. I don't eat until I'm 100% full where I feel like I'm gonna pop, because there's usually a little bit of a delay between the stomach and the mind being on the same page and making that connection of like, oh my gosh, I'm full. So a lot of times when I eat until I'm 80% full, like 10 minutes after, I'll be like, wow, actually, I got really full from that. And if I'm still hungry after my meal, I'll just have something else. I'll have a snack, no big deal. And number 3, this is probably the most important thing that you're gonna get from this whole entire video, and it's don't stress so much, because the most important thing is going to be your relationship with food and with yourself. Stress is literally the biggest cause for so many health ailments, and stress slows down your metabolism, increases how fast you store fat, it makes you break out. It's just not good, okay? We're not stressing. 2022 is a year of no stressing. Oh my God, it's almost 2022. What the heck? A happy, full life is not just about eating the right food so you can get the perfect body. It's about fueling your body and your mind and your heart. You can have the body of your dreams. So if your relationship with yourself and with your body and with food is not healthy, is not good, you are still going to be so unhappy. Yeah, hopefully this video was helpful for you. I try to break down why I don't have cheat meals and my philosophy on eating instead. It does take time, especially if you come from years of disordered eating or years of binging and having these restrictive diets and cheat meals. It's gonna take some time for this to feel normal to you. It's gonna take time for you to learn to listen to your body. But if you are patient, if you utilize at least one of the rules I just talked about, with time, you will learn to have a good relationship with food, and you will feel so much better about yourself in the process. So thank you guys so much for watching this video today. If it was helpful, give me a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want this to be an open discussion on health, on nutrition, on dieting. So anything that's on your mind from this video, shoot me down a comment below, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram to keep up with me and we can be, besties, okay? Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you at the next one.